Oh my gosh, so I was filming a while ago and my camera decided to shut down, and when I opened it again to look for my file, it was gone. So yeah. It's Eunice and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are going to do a wrap-up of 2018's Ride or Die makeup favorites. My makeup favorites, of course. Ano pa nga ba? We're starting off with the brows because that's what I usually do first. And this year, I discovered one of my holy grail brow products. I know, I love my Cabrow and I still love it. So I used the Cabrow when I was at the beach, and girl, it was waterproof the whole day. Like I was swimming, and when I got up out of the water, my brows was still there. But this year I discovered something new, and it was something that I actually use whenever I'm in a rush, and it's actually also so easy to pack in my bag because it's a complete brow tool in itself. So it's the Benefit it's the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil, and I am in the shade number 3. The reason why I love it is because the tip is so thin that it's super easy to mimic the natural hairs of your brows so that it looks a little bit more natural even when it's super full. The other thing that I like about it is, of course, it has a spoolie on the other end, and we all love that because you can always go back and fix your brows wherever you are. And like I said, like any other Benefit brow product, I really love this. Benefit brow products are just bomb as fudge. They're like my holy grail brow products. This one lasts throughout the whole day too, and it doesn't smudge at all. So yeah, this is one of my favorites that I just discovered for this year. I can't believe I was doing my brows without this so long ago, but I still do use my Cabrow and my other Benefit brow products and other brow products. I use so much, but this one is my favorite for 2018 because it's super easy to use. Now let's get into the face products. First and foremost is the primer. We all know that the primer is essential for our face makeup. It actually makes or break your makeup because if you don't have a good primer, the makeup or the foundation is not gonna lay flat or nicely on your face. So yeah, for primer, I'm still in love with my Becca Firstlight primer. I still can't find a replacement for this one. It just does a great job, like giving my face that radiant natural glow while keeping it hydrated from within, and not a lot of like glowy primers can do that. This one is like the best of both worlds. It hydrates my face, it gives my face a little bit of glow because I do have dry skin. I have a dry skin type, and it just helps my makeup stay on the whole day. And of course, I lost my train of thought. Somebody's texting me. It doesn't want to stop. But anyway, like I said, it's still my favorite. Keeps my face hydrated, makes my makeup last the whole day, and of course gives my face that natural radiant glow. For foundation, I had a hard time choosing between all the foundation that I have this year because I have like, this is my favorite sheer coverage foundation, this is my favorite medium coverage, this one is my favorite full coverage, and sometimes I just want to go glam. So it was so hard, so I decided to like split it into 3 categories. For my sheer coverage foundation, my favorite is still the Makeup Forever Waterblend. No surprise there. I still love it. Super lightweight, covers my imperfections, my redness, without giving the impression that I'm wearing any makeup on my face. And of course, it's super buildable to like light medium, not really medium. But yeah, on days like, especially during the summertime when it's super hot outside, I want to like apply a thin layer of foundation. This is what I always go for because it's super duper lightweight, but it gives me enough coverage to look put together. And I am in the shade number Y405, and I still love it. I'm almost through this bottle, and it's almost like a year and a half old, and that might be expired, but it's expensive. So yeah, and now let's go to the medium coverage foundation. This is actually what I have on my face right now. This is the TooFaced Born This Way foundation. It gives you like an I woke up like this kind of look. It has a medium coverage. Like I said, it's buildable to full, but I like to keep it at medium, and then then just apply concealer on top of it. And then whenever I put this on, even though it's medium coverage, it doesn't look cakey at all. Super easy to blend, wears beautifully throughout the day. I did like a 10-hour wear test on this one. What I looked like when I put it on in the morning is what I looked like 10 hours after. But yeah, Too Faced Born This Way, hands down, love it. Discovered it this year, and at first I thought I was actually allergic to something in this because I broke out the first time I used it, but maybe I got a bad batch from that one because I just borrowed my sister's from before. And then this one, I wear it almost like, but yeah, I wear this like thrice a week in a week because I really love it for even for everyday works. It doesn't look cakey at all, like I said nga, so still my favorite. And of course, nobody can beat the Estee Double Wear for full coverage. When I went to I think a MAC counter, the girl was like, how can you wear the double wear if you have dry skin? It's super full coverage. I'm like, I don't even know. It doesn't look cakey on my face and I love it. Wears beautifully throughout the day too. And during my graduation, this was also the foundation that I used, and I was out in the sun for about 4.5 hours. Like the sun was beaming on my face in the courtyard, and this did not melt at all. I was sweating and I was like, did not transfer or anything like that. So super love it. Any other like full coverage foundation replace it? Not at the moment. The only thing that I don't like about it is it's super expensive, but it doesn't come with a pump or anything like that. You have to buy the pump separately and it's actually $10. So I'm like, maybe next time. Now for concealer, my gosh, I feel like I'm betraying Tarte Shape Tape, but somebody beat them to my 2018 favorites. I just discovered this last month and it's the best discovery, the best concealer discovery that I had for this year. It's the concealer I'm wearing on my under eyes right now and my bridge and whatnot. And one thing that I love about this is the applicator. I mean, not everybody will love it because they might say that it's not sanitary, but I love this metal applicator tip thing because it's super cooling to my eyes, and I feel so refreshed whenever I apply it. And another thing that I love about this Overachiever concealer is that it really is an overachiever. Like, it covers like my imperfections super nicely. It's super blendable and it gives me enough time to blend. Like for the Tarte Shape Tape, I have to apply it. I love the Tarte Shape Tape, don't get me wrong, but it's really more like of a matte finish. So when I apply it on one eye, I can't apply it on the other eye first. I have to blend this out and then apply and then blend it. This one I can go ahead and boop, 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 and then blend. It gives me enough time to blend. That's the best thing about it. I am in the shade... Oh, I forgot to give you guys my other shades. For the Too Faced Born This Way, I am in the shade Sand. And then for the Estee Double Wear, I am in the shade number 3W2 Cashew. And then for the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer, I am in the shade Sugar Biscuit, a shade lighter than my usual skin tone because I like to use it to highlight my under eye area. So yeah, like I said, it covers my under eyes beautifully, super easy to blend. Gives you enough time to blend. It's hydrating, of course, and it's not that matte, which is what I love in all my products because I have dry skin and I kind of like that dewy, radiant glow on my face. Next up is Kat Von D's Shade and Light Contour Palette. My gosh, I don't know if I can ever replace this, but the only problem is I only ever use this shade right here. Sometimes I use this to highlight my brow bone, but ito lang talaga yung ginagamit ko. So I'm like, it doesn't make sense to get like the whole palette, but only use the shade, which is, I already hit pan on it. So I might branch out next year, but this is still my one and only favorite contour palette for this year. This is the only one I actually have because nothing beats it. It's so good. And this shade right here is perfect for my skin tone. So I'm like so torn whether I want to get it again for next year because it just doesn't make sense. Do they actually sell just this shade and then I'll buy that? The Shadow Play, maybe. But whatchamacallit, I have the old packaging, which isn't the replaceable pans, so the refillable pans, so I'm not entirely sure, but I love it. Super pigmented and easy to blend as well, and I don't break out with this powder and doesn't make my face look cakey, and it gives my face that natural contour. It doesn't look too chiseled on my face. Oh, whenever I use powder products, I really look into how easy it is to blend, because some products, when you apply it on your face, kind of pack it on one place, on one area. It's hard to go back and just blend it out to make it more natural. With this one, it gives me enough time to actually blend it out, make it more natural while making my face look chiseled. You know, that combination of those two, like the right balance from those two, and yeah, that's why I love it. But we'll see for this year if I'm trying out something different. Now for bronzer, my gosh, everybody will be like, oh my gosh, you're so 2000 and late, because I just started using the Hoola Benefit bronzer this year. I know, it's been out forever and it's one of like everybody's OG faves, and it comes with a brush which I surprisingly use, and I just love it. It's a perfect shade. This is the regular Hoola. I know they made a Hoola Light, but the regular Hoola is just perfect for me. Like I said, it's long lasting, blendable, and the brush, I actually use the brush surprisingly. That's what I said kanina. The only thing is it's not the softest brush, but it works for bronzer. I don't know. And like I said, long lasting, and it's the perfect shade for my morena skin tone. A lot of other bronzers are like too warm, so you might look like an Oompa Loompa, or it's too cool na contour siya, hindi siya bronzer. This one is the right balance between the cool tone and the warm tone, so sometimes I can actually get away without contouring my face and going straight into this bronzer when I'm in a hurry, and that's what I love about it. I always love super versatile products that I could use it alone or I can use it on top of my contour and it still looks amazing. Now for blush, oh my gosh, this was so hard, because actually no, it wasn't that hard, because I just love Tarte blushes. They're the best. Regardless of the shade, Tarte blushes are super long lasting. I go out the door and it looks the same. Now that doesn't happen to a lot of blushes. Like, okay, my dad's calling. Hold on. So I was saying the Tarte blushes, super love this. It's super long lasting and super pigmented. And since it's super pigmented, always use a light hand whenever you apply it on your face, because you might end up looking like a kabuki at the end of the day, because it's super, like I said, pigmented. I'm using the shade Exposed on my face right now, and I really love this shade because it's just that subtle kind of color that's perfect for when you have like dark or like smoky eyeshadow, because it's really subtle. It doesn't, hindi naglalaban yung colors nung blush mo and nung eyeshadow mo. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I love that, and that shade in particular. I forgot to mention my favorite setting powder. I don't really have like a favorite pressed powder at the moment. For my setting powder, it still is the Laura Mercier loose setting powder. This is the translucent setting powder, and it really is translucent, because a lot of other products, when they say translucent and I use it on my face, there's kind of like a white cast on my face, and it just doesn't work for me, because I have like more of a tan or a deeper complexion as compared to other skin types or skin shades. But this Laura Mercier translucent powder, whenever I apply it to my skin, it really is translucent. It doesn't give me that white cast. It just helps set my liquid or my cream products in place, and it helps them wear beautifully throughout the day as well. It's what I'm using on my face right now, and like I said, a lot of the products that I'm mentioning is what's on my face, unless I told you that I use something else. For a highlighter, I've never really thought of Nars. Nars is one of my favorite highlighters. But yeah, I've never really thought of Nars as like a highlighter brand. I've always loved them for their lipsticks, but I can never seem to purchase lipsticks that are like more than $20 or like $20 and above, because you know, there are a lot of drugstore lipsticks. But this year I tried out some of their powder products, like their face products. A lot of it is in the whatchamacallit, a lot of it is in their holiday collection, and this one is actually from their Little Fetishes kits. This is in the shade Capri, and it's just a nice little sheen. It looks too light for my skin tone, but when I put it on my face, it just gives my face a natural sheen that I love. It's this one right here, if you can see that. And it's really, it doesn't have any glitter at all. That's why I love it. So glitter, like I said, accentuates any texture that's on your face. And I know I don't really have that problem just yet, but I do have a little bit of scarring. So if I have glitter on that scars, it's really just gonna gonna show that scar, like there's a scar in there. But like for this one, since it doesn't have any glitter, even though I have highlighters on that area of my face, it doesn't look as bad as opposed to when I use highlighters with glitter. So it just gives your face that like little wet sheen look. I have an eyeshadow palette obsession, and I don't really use all of them all the time because I only have 2 eyelids and I can't like have different eyeshadow looks per eyelid. That doesn't even make sense. And I can get really overwhelmed with my large palettes, and sometimes when I'm in a hurry, I just want something that when I look at it, I'm like, okay, this, pop, 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 done. And this is perfect for that. This is the Dominique Cosmetics Latte palette. It just has 10 shades, but it's the only 10 shades that you'll need for a warm tone look. I'm not really sure how to use this for a cool tone look, but I always use it for a warm tone look. I have the shade Caramel as my transition shade mixed with a little bit of pumpkin spice, and I use Double Shot to give it a little bit of color as well. I like how it applies on my face, on my eyelid. It's super pigmented and it doesn't have any fallout. And even the shimmer shadows like this one, look at that pigment. Oh my gosh, and that's what I have on my eyeshadow, like I said, and that's what I'm wearing on my face, and I love it because it's not super overwhelming, and it has all your neutral shades as well as a little bit of color. So when you want to like spice it up a bit, you can do that. Like I said, it wears beautifully throughout the day, and I used this today. I applied my foundation and my concealer first, so like all my face products prior to applying eyeshadow. Like that says a lot because I'm not scared of any fallout. I'm not scared of like the shadows ruining my foundation. That in itself is why it's my ride or die for 2018 best eyeshadow palette for this year, in my opinion, of course. I guess that wraps up my 2018 favorites, like high-end wise, and I want to hear about what you've been loving for this year. So don't forget to comment down below some products that I haven't mentioned or you want me to try as well. Like I always say, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already. I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Oh, also, all links of the products that I mentioned will be down in the description bar, and if you live in the Philippines, don't fret because I'll look for specific links that are available in the Philippines. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!